Welcome back, fellow scrubs. I'm back. We're doing Retro Mansion stuff, and I'm here with Tim.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all. Hey, that's what I should be saying. I'm the one in Kentucky. So we got a lot of shit done, I think.
Everyone with the good music in the opening, so everybody's watching this in the playback. Please rewind.
Yeah. So we did a lot of shit. I'm just gonna turn it on and just start showing all the shit we did. Turn on the controller.
Know what you broke?
What's that?
Know what you broke? Right.
Oh, we didn't break nothing. Shut up. we did good. We did good for once. Alright, look at this. It creates an edge, and you can walk off the edge of stuff without it fucking up. Like, it works. Like, it actually works. It creates an edge here, and you can tiptoe your way off the thing. Isn't that amazing? Now it actually operates like a real game.
The frame rate seems a bit stuttery in the stream.
Oh, it should be. It says 0 drop frames, so maybe it's the Twitch page. Try refresh.
Maybe?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It gets a little fucked up on the edges here sometimes, but we didn't finish the wall part for the.
Yeah, we didn't start the wall part yet.
Yeah. We cannibalized it to make the wall corner points work, but the wall points that hit like the side of the box, and I forgot about that. No, I forgot something. The wall points that hit the side of the box, they got cannibalized to make the edges work properly first. But that part works really good. So even if you land on a point like this, like I showed, it creates like an invisible floor there, and then you can walk off of it, so you won't get stuck.
Yeah, you make sure it doesn't catch the point there. Walking.
Yeah, so this acts. The reason it does that is because it acts like a point, like the top or the bottom of this shape. The same deal. You know, they act in similar fashions. But you know, you hit the point here, it just creates it on both sides at once. In this
Before
case.
we do the ceiling, should we like just do the code for whether to expand the selection left or right?
Yeah, I would say it'd just be the same thing as the.
I mean, you had the issue with one of the top corners where it's like it makes a line ref fully sideways instead of only this half part. So you would go up in the air and then fall.
What do you mean?
In the top right examples here, we will make a line ref over the other line ref, and therefore you're in the air for a second.
You're talking about up here?
Yeah, up there.
You'd make a line ref over the other line ref. You'd be in the air.
Yeah, we need to half it when there's only half.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the glitch. Yeah. So what he's saying here is, see how this line is on both sides of this here? When you walk backwards, let me show you. He continues to walk on this line, and this acts like a little box here. So he should have transitioned to go back down. So we're thinking, if we can determine what side to draw the extension on, instead of doing it on both sides, just do it on one side where, you know, we detect that there's a wall underneath. Then he won't do this little fall at the end, and we'll just transition back in. Yeah.
So one side is walkable, we should only generate that line on one half.
Yeah, and we already kind of do this check. I don't know if we did this on stream or not.
But if both sides are not walkable, then both sides need line.
Yeah. So see this giant line here? This is an intersection test to see if when you landed on this spike, whether or not you were above a wall, what is considered a wall, steep enough to be a wall, or if you were above the floor. So see now the blue there? That means the result was wall. And if we jump here, when he lands, you see the yellow line, which means what he found under him was a floor, And in this particular case, we want him to ignore this spike and not land on it, but to fall down to the floor below. Because when he's walking, you don't want to get interference from that spike. So what Tim's basically suggesting is, why don't we use that check to determine, hey, do we need to generate an edge here so that it will prevent you from landing inside the wall or too close to the wall or whatever.
Yeah, so we need somehow to determine which side the extension needs to go on.
You got completely fucked there. Alright, I think it also happens here too. You can do a quick little hop.
Yeah, it's in there, but I mean, you can see it in there.
There it is, yeah. So it does happen on this side too. And again, so it just doesn't detect anything, below you.
And
it also has to
those
only
corners,
detect this, this shape too. But
at that angle, the extension going to both sides doesn't matter because one of them goes inside the collider.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there it's fine, but on the upside, no.
I think actually the only thing that it's really doing is checking this surface that is a known floor and saying, hey, did you intersect with that anywhere along here? And if you intersected with it, then you're standing over it, of course. And if you didn't intersect with it, then you're not standing over it. So we can, again, use the same kind of idea to check that for this.
We can do that first, or you build the ceiling version first?
I have implemented the ceiling version, and it does this. It's all fucked up. I don't know why. It just is. But I did it kind of like half tired, so. But before that, I want to talk about the jump arcs here. So this blue line is so that we can test this, make sure the jump height is right, because we fixed it. So I don't think we did this on stream, did we? No, where we jump into a wall, it actually changes your trajectory a little bit because you're moving at that pace. If you're moving to the up and to the right, and you would actually end up under the total jump height because your direction was not straight up. The quickest path, or the path of least distance, would be straight up. Now you're moving to the up and to the right, and so you ended up underneath where you should have been because it was traveling the same distance, just in the wrong direction.
The correction code may have been shown on stream before, previous sessions, or we're still using the old system.
Yeah.
The other line refs.
Right.
That code worked. It's just that we put it in degrees instead of radians for the angle.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a little off. So he jumped too high in that regard.
So it was a bit of a conversion matter that we had to take care of.
Yeah, and now no matter if you're on the outside or the inside of the wall, it's all consistent.
Well, the same speed.
Yeah. So the idea was to correct the speed and actually increase the speed here. So when he's going up, again, he's going to the up and to the left, he's not going to travel the same distance if he was going straight up. It's the same speed, but he's moving up and to the left. So we augmented the speed to make sure that it matched the same height every frame as he jumped up.
Yeah, there's small augmentation, but it looks like he's in change speed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually a little faster because he's traveling at a different angle, but he has to reach the same height as before. But it looks like the same speed because he's jumping the same speed. His vertical
basically
is changing at the same. Yeah.
But since you're also doing horizontal movement, it's actually an increased speed.
Right. So it's a little bit of a trick there. It's not physically correct, but it is game feel correct for sure.
Is that kind of the opposite what we do with like a Zelda engine? Or the same?
No, in Zelda you would actually want the decrease in a modern Zelda. Like if you want to say like Link Between Worlds, you would want the decrease in the speed to take place. Otherwise, it would feel too fast going diagonal.
Yeah, so there's the opposite then, basically.
Yeah, essentially. In the platforming, it's just because of all the quick movements and stuff, it doesn't feel right when you actually slow it down Because you'll like say if you have a ledge up here to grab. Say Ricky could grab ledges, which he probably won't be able to do. But say he could. If you were to jump up against this wall and do this, you wouldn't reach it. If we didn't have that correction, you'd only get so far. But you'd be able to reach it if you jumped away from the wall. And then so that kind of dissonance really gets the players. So they don't like that kind of thing. They're like, why can't I reach the fucking thing? I could reach it up here. Why can't I reach it up here? And it just doesn't register to them that, well, you're traveling a different direction. You're not going to reach it if you have the same momentum. So that can become frustrating because you can see it, and anywhere else you could get to it, you know? And it just...
I think the correction even works if you started your jump off the wall and then jumped into the wall.
Yes, it does. So see here, I'm hitting it halfway up, and it's still getting us to the same place.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's really good. It's the perfect thing we needed for that. Because I'm thinking, I'm like, this doesn't feel right. And I expected that to be a problem right from the get-go. And
you're running through stage. Something I'm just wondering. What do we do with Ricky's horizontal speed when he goes for slip?
That depends on feel, to be honest. So a lot of times that I've noticed, and this is just kind of anecdotal, so it may or may not be 100% correct, but I've noticed that within a certain range, I'll draw it here. Within a certain range, they don't usually change the speed too much. It's only when you get to the fringe parts of movement that you get that kind of weird speed change. So say like in Mario, flat plane or nearly flat, you're going along at 100%. That's fine. But even all the way up to like here, you're still going up 100%. But once you reach that, then they like come down and they're like, oh, well now it's, 90% speed. And then when you get up to here,
negative effect.
Yeah, you end up getting negative. So this is actually probably not 90, it's probably more like 70. And then you get up to here, and then you're pretty much at like 30%. And then anything higher than this, you actually get a negative. So this is like negative 10 or negative 30 or whatever it is. And so you'll slide down this. So if you have enough momentum, sure, you can go up this to a certain extent, but then you're going to start to slip and fall back down. But if you start doing the correction down here too far, and maybe by this angle, it's hard to tell, because again, anecdotal and just kind of, drawing sloppily here, maybe this would have taken you down to 90. But if you do it too quickly, if you do it like literally like flat is 100%, but as soon as you get to like two degree angle, it's like, oh, well now you're at 90% or 95% or whatever. It's too granular and it feels weird. It feels off because a lot of your platforming is going to be within, from here to here. A lot of your platforming and like Mario World is going to end up in this kind of range. So when they want you to go up a small hill, it's a gradual hill. It's not, it's not usually too steep unless they're making you jump across stuff. But then the pattern, or not the pattern, but the pace of the action is sort of divided up at that point anyway. So,
I think Gimmick really changed your speed while doing this for the game.
Yeah, Gimmick's got a lot of velocity to it, so I'm not really sure.
Step on any slope, you go flying.
Yeah, Gimmick's like literally adds to your momentum. So Mario won't do that unless you're in like this range. But once you hit here again, you'll start to slow down to a stop. Because again, these are like the negative ranges here are gonna push you back even if you're standing still. But once you hit here, you're gonna slow down. You'll slow down slowly here, and you'll slow down a lot faster here, and then you'll slow down almost immediately.
Yeah, and in Gimmick, the smallest slope will slide you down.
Yeah, so in Gimmick, like you're sliding even here, so this is still like a negative 10. And yeah, it's Gimmick's really slippery. It really is. Part of me likes it, but it's also very hard to control sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard game.
Yeah. And it's part of like what makes some of the older Marios hard. Like Mario 1's got a lot of momentum. It's very hard to stop yourself after, like, oh shit, I made a mistake. Go back. No, it's too late. You can't correct it in time. There's just too much to it.
So what do we do currently for Ricky?
Actually, right now, Ricky has no speed correction. However, it looks kind of like he does only because his left to right movement does change with the angle. So inherently, his direction is changing, and his momentum is, or not as much. What do I say? His speed is being redirected in a different direction. So he's not going to always move left or right at the same pace. Like the camera won't move left or right at the same pace. It follows the line.
It's currently just the natural angle.
Yeah, it's just a natural angle, and a lot of games don't do that back in the day. They would just keep you going straight. Like I said, with Mario here, this wouldn't have caused a change in his horizontal direction.
Do we want to put the same correction code in with horizontal?
Eventually, yes. We would want to do that. So, like, say, this angle right here might not actually impact the walk speed. You know, something up to this steep might not actually impact walk speed. But anything steeper.
In the circle, gotcha.
You would feel it in the circle, yeah. It's kind of hard to tell, at this stage, at least. Because, well, number one, that the viewing angle is very small, so like the game would actually be more like this zoomed in, and then that gives you a whole different perspective on speed. So like when you're running here with our current code, like it looks really fast because you're zoomed in, but it's more appropriate when you're zoomed out this far. You can see ahead of you.
Do you just jump through the sickle?
Well, it's because he doesn't have the spike protection anymore, so he kind of. Yeah, he fell into it.
Shall we just look at what Steelix said?
What about it?
Shall we look into the ceiling room?
Honestly, I'd like to do the walls first, to be honest. Okay. Not only just because I tried the ceiling and it didn't work, but that, like, I don't know, I'm just more interested in getting him not flipping into fucking walls right now.
Okay, sure.
So, yeah, alright, let's start with that. Because it can't be too bad. I mean, we pretty much already had that. We just had to change the code flow.
The only difference is that for the walls, we don't really have a center point to move from, so we need to kind of judge.
Oh shit, that's right. We changed the way that works. We did change the way that works.
We didn't change it, but it's just there's some different logic attached to it.
Oh crap, it's all frozen. What's going on? What the hell's the holdup?
I think the idea we had to go with is that our offset for moving is basically the hit point itself.
Right. Oh yeah. So we last time we were discussing this, I don't think we did this on stream. We might have. I do think we did a little bit on stream. We were discussing whether or not on color. So if you're bumped up against it here, then like how do you create the wall here? What dimensions does the wall get created by? And I think that we determined to do it half and half from the center, so that when actually, let me make a better box. That box sucks.
You have like a tool for this?
I don't. I'm sure there's something somewhere that I know there's a box tool, and I've used that one before, but it causes a vector to get drawn, and it's like a different layer, and then you gotta merge the layers down. Pain in the ass, so I don't use it. I'm sure there's something like Paint where you can just hold up one of the keys and it'll make the line straight, but alas, I can't find it, so this is what it is. But if we were to say here, what we really want to happen is for this to hit this point, and then the wall to become inactive so that you can this way. But I think what we determined was that we say that our offset point for this line is right here, right? And
we're
that
going
way,
to walk with that point, yeah.
yeah, we're gonna walk with that point. So when that point reaches the end of here, then it deactivates because it's halfway and away it goes. I think that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
This. So this really is our center point that's being offset to the side of the collect.
It doesn't have to be in the middle.
Yeah. So it should work. I haven't seen any reason that it won't. So I don't know. We can try it.
I'm thinking of for a moment though. Do we always need up and down, or do we need the half system?
What do you mean?
Like on floors, you sometimes don't need to make the left line.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because
Yeah.
of there being a floor there, but I think in walls, that situation just doesn't exist.
Yeah, because if you suddenly start moving up again, then you need that. You need. Oh, I grabbed more.
Yeah.
You need that to exist there so that you can get to this point and then fall off this line.
Like I don't think the idea of it being only one half applies to the wall system.
Yeah, in fact, like you could probably make it work with only the half, but I don't think functionally it would change anything.
Yeah,
There's no
never a case
danger
where you
of
need to
walking
think.
back the other way because you're kind of up, you're falling and stuff, you know. And you're on a spike like this.
I'll do the whole line, yeah.
Yeah. Because even if this was a walkable surface here, which even it looks like it is, you still need to clear the whole thing before you can start getting up on top of it anyway. So I think that, you know, given
That's gonna be tricky, I guess. Once you switch from a sidewall hit to a bottom spike hit.
when you transition
You imagine
from
this-
the sidewall
yeah.
to the bottom.
You get the spike on the right. Eventually, you gotta pass the corner, and then I gotta make a new ref at the bottom.
So are you saying
That's gonna be interesting.
if something like this happens?
No. I'm saying if he actually wants to clear over that onto the walkable line, there's gonna be a transition moment when he falls.
Yeah. Once he gets to this point, it'll be the end of the line. He'll be patched from that line.
No, I mean upward.
Oh, upward.
jumping.
Oh yeah. You'll be going up, and then you'll have to.
And
fall
then
back down.
suddenly you have to land on it to make the next line ref.
Yeah. That's
We'll
problem
see.
then.
We'll see the one server system go to the other server system.
Yeah. Once it clears this, because it'll be the
On the
same
same
thing
point.
as this corner clearing anyway, and then you'll
Yeah, and then I'll have to land on it.
right. But that'll take over automatically.
Not in that big a frame, no.
Well, even if it was just like this frame, still.
Point blank, I'd have to switch between horizontal or between vertical to horizontal.
Essentially, yeah, but it would have to have
That'll
downward
be
momentum to do that. I don't foresee any issues with that. No. I don't think anything will happen.
As long as the quadrant system is working.
Yeah.
Do we have the quadrant system set up?
Yes, I believe so.
Already.
And it goes on both sides currently. But
And I think if, as a safety measure, if it does happen to be in between the quadrants, then the actual corner should catch it.
yeah, 'cause I think if I fall in here, assuming that it's actually gonna catch it, I have to move to the left one. This will. See if this
But you know, there's always the danger that you're exactly between these two lines, between the quadrants.
between which two lines.
Between the quadrants. Like the exact corner is kind of like a French case.
It is, but that corner processes first, so that will always hit it first anyway.
Yeah.
When it's ray.
But those having rays is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It prevents all that goofiness from happening. But we're not even checking quadrants in this case either. Anyway, really all we're doing is checking the reverse rays, and then they generate points on our thing, which gives us a line ref on our body to follow for that. So it's
Yeah, because of
still
where
covers
the thing hit, right?
right. Right.
But it's not the quadrant system, it's just a reverse ray hitting the point.
Correct. Correct.
Oh.
So let's see. Is this what used to be the wall? So here's the thing. When you hit, it's one thing we had to play around with. When this hits, I'll make a new diagram. Number one, I don't want to lose that. Number two, it's a little crowded there. So, wrong color. So when your dude's moving in this way, in order to check the spikes, we say, oh, here's the point with the spike, and we're going to shoot a ray back at it, and it will hit here. And so it's okay, cool. So we know that that's where it's going to end up if we keep running into it. It's going to end up at this point, etc., etc.
You need to correct that toward the point itself.
Yeah. So the thing is whenever we shoot a ray, we can capture a line reference to that with our code, and so we can get like, oh, we got the 4 here. Well, it works on every ray. So when we shoot it backwards, we're like, oh shit, we've got a line reference from here to here that we can use. The problem is it's from the opposite perspective. So if a ray shoots up this way and impacts the 4 of our object, it sees that as a ceiling because it sees us as a solid block. And it's like, oh, that ray bumped into a ceiling because this is, again, a solid block. And if we come from the top, it's like, oh, that's we hit a 4, because if an object was dropping down onto us, they would see this as a 4. So we gotta check in reverse here, where we're like, oh, it found a ceiling. Well, that really means it's a 4. And so we take steps to handle it in that regard.
Okay. One thing we're gonna run into the wall system.
Yeah.
Is there, since the reverse rays are hitting the opposite side, controls might get reversed from what we expect.
Yeah, that's also a thing too that we have to watch out for. Because when you move along a box, like the way that we have it set up, there's directionality. So we had to do this for... Oh, that was a shitty box. We had to do this for wall jumping. So or jumping or falling. So when we're jumping up here, the directionality of the box is actually this. I believe it's actually clockwise. So a jump up this way really meant a positive... It was a positive momentum, which the direction for that is actually down. And so if you jumped against the right side of a surface, it actually pushed you downward because you were moving along the surface edge. And it's like, well, the natural angle is down and you didn't say negative, so you're going down. So we had to do all sorts of weird bullshit with that too.
Yeah, and the other side would respond exactly reversed.
Yeah, so the other side you would jump it up and falling down, and I'm like, okay, that works. You get on the other side, you jump and you go down, and I'm like, okay, that's strange, but yeah, it makes sense.
Force ceiling to the similar reversal.
Yeah, that's right. We had to change the momentum when we detected the ceiling, and that was up here.
That was interesting.
Somewhere up here.
We're probably gonna see the same results.
Right here. So if it's a ceiling, we do a negative walk speed sign. So a sign is like positive, negative.
As well.
What's that?
It might be affecting you on the ceiling system as well.
What do you mean?
When you tried making the ceiling,
oh, this is just for the next step after it. Just the walk.
No, you're saying that you said you tried to do the ceiling edge system. So
I did, and I think I just made the offset wrong or something. But yeah.
Yeah, but you might have also needed to just consider the points reversed.
Maybe. That's true. Honestly, it's been a while since I touched it, and I was probably really tired when I touched it, so I'm not really sure. But we'll take a look at it. But yeah, we had to reverse the walk speed sign, meaning the positive or negative value of where you're walking, in order to get ceilings to work right. So they had to be negative instead of the normal positive, and then And then there's walls, and walls are a whole bunch of bullshit. We don't like to deal with it, but we do. Yeah, this one you had to check the windows. Bottom left, to top or bottom left, top or bottom right, and reverse the sign accordingly. And yeah, that's because the right side is reverse and the left side is normal, or vice versa, whatever it happens to be.
Yeah, so another BS is gonna happen now again.
Yeah, so now we're gonna have to deal with all that bullshit again. Because of course we do. But hey, you know, the results are good, so we'll keep firing in that direction. So down here, this is the
barring some bugs that the edges are quite the lost between the two.
So this
regular platforming.
Yeah. This code is for when we're attached to a floor or ceiling, so that we can stop, which I guess it must be broken because it's commented out, right? Let's verify if that's actually the case. Let's go up here. I know we've got that one spike next to... Actually, we got one up in the air. It's easier to test. Yeah, so that doesn't work anymore because that's commented out. That's what I expected there. That might be a good place to start. And then we'll get the other one, the falling one, going. So at least we have one state where it works.
Next time you boot the game, put it in the right spot.
The right spot? Where?
Before you play.
Oh, you mean to move them up there? Yeah, alright. Yeah, it's Ricky. Going for a ride, Ricky.
You're gonna be walking him every time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So let's look at what we had here. We were doing the minimum distance check, which I think is up here now. Oh no, wait, no, that's minimum distance surface. It's a 4. Okay, so that's checking whether it's a 4 or a ceiling, I guess. Surface wall. This line is a ceiling reverse. I'm not sure if this is really just a duplicate of...
Yeah, it looks like the other adjusted code.
Yeah. So I think really all we're looking at is this one here. So let's get rid of this.
Preemptively put it in there.
It could have been a prototype of the other stuff too. Yeah, that might be the receipt for Richter.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Amber ordered the Richter amiibo.
Yeah, I was coming over here to kiss on you and tell you I love you.
I love you too.
And remind you that we gotta go pick up some mean little boy's Richter amiibo.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
But that's soon, right?
Tomorrow.
Oh boy, Richter's tomorrow.
A mean little JoJo hype boy.
Yeah.
Mark 6'5", everybody.
Yeah.
And the Bugman.
Yeah. Tall at least.
You guys bought the Trader amiibo.
Trader?
I'm 5'3". You look weird.
What do you mean a trader amiibo?
It's the Bellman controlled by the enemy.
Oh, that way. He wasn't a traitor. Look, it was against his will. Don't talk bad about Richter. Fuck you.
I never played this game, so...
Fair enough. Let's see. So move results...
They didn't put him in the collection.
Oh, yeah, jeez. Fucking... I don't know. I got the original games. Fuck it. I don't need it. I got Dracula's Chronicles already. So I've got all the versions of Rondo that I need. And I got Symphony. It would be nice to be able to play that version of Symphony on the TV without having to hook up all the bullshit. But not enough to
like
buy
a proper
it.
copy of Symphony and Rondo for the PC. Never gonna happen.
Yeah, no, it's not. Unfortunately. It's ridiculous. You might as well just... Alright, I didn't say this, but you might as well just download a PlayStation emulator. You can get a real disc you can get a real disc and put it in your CD tray. So I'm not telling you to pirate anything. Just download the emulator, buy a copy of Symphony of Night, put it in your fucking CD drive, and play it. There you go. Symphony of Night on your PC.
Yeah, still Steam version would be nice.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because they have it.
Allergic to money.
The one in PS4 could be made multi-platform. Like the PS4 is just a PC in a box. It's the same processor archetype, everything. They could just port it to PC and be done with it, but they're not going to for whatever fucking reason. I don't know. No, we don't know. It's ridiculous.
Where's the Metroidvania collection?
Yeah, where is that too? Like, I assume, I don't know. Did it do well? Do we know if it did well? Do we know if it sold? Because, I don't know. And whatever, man. I don't fucking know. It's pissing me off just thinking about it. You figured they would announce something by now, you know? There we go, he stops. See, I'm yell coding. And he walks off just as he's supposed to. Look at that. And he can turn around and immediately get stuck because he doesn't have any air collision to handle that yet. But it at least works on the ground, so we got that fixed. That's fine. That was easy. I just needed to tell him to stop in that condition.
That code needs to change.
Yeah. So.
First day of me. Because he only needs to stop. He's only needs to stop for horizontal perspective. Vertically needs to be directed.
Yeah. So this is just when he's attached to a surface. So we have to make a different version for when he's not attached. So that's down here, surface 4, and then we've got to make another one, which is wall. And this is the one that's going to get complicated. So let's take that out. And let's really think about this. So we got a Mach 4 offset, which that shouldn't be too hard. I think that'll be pretty easy to do. What's that? Why did I take what out?
Anything else?
Oh, because that was the 4 code, so we want to, make the wall code, which is not the same as the 4 code, so I'm reading over the 4 code to get an idea of what I want to do with the wall code. I mean, it'll be similar, but it won't be exactly the same. I just want to take it a bit like that. Hold on. I'm having a hard time hearing you. I don't know.
Oh, this is actually your stealing code.
Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, this is actually stealing code. You're right. You're right, that's...
Scroll up and you will see the actual 4 version.
Yeah, this line is a 4 reversed.
So you got the busted version there.
Not particularly. A little slightly. Are the heaters on?
Yeah, but they're separating off.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see.
But yeah, don't use the ceiling version.
No, I don't want to do the ceiling. Because that's all backwards. We might have to do backwards, depending on if we hit the left or right side, but I'm not sure about that.
The ceiling code is
Yeah. Oh, that's true too. Yeah, you're right. It is busted there. Yeah, so we'll revisit this.
I'll make it out or something.
Okay, fair enough. I agree with that. That doesn't work. Okay, so... So we do need an offset, and that's going to be distance from the point that hit to our middle right point. So... Shit, I don't know. Actually, you know what I think's wrong with this? Just to bring it back, I think what's wrong with this is that this needs to be this. Let me see if that actually fixes that. Because I was using the top center point, but that's not right. Because we've already got the hit on the top with this one. And it should be an offset from our bottom center point, which is that. So, okay, looks like that might actually be working. But I can't guarantee it's actually making a new line here. Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to see. It doesn't look like it's making it anymore. I'm not sure. It might just be that shape. So let's go to one that I know fucks up already. Just whoop, too far.
Well, that's a good spot there.
Right here, right here, it would fuck up. Well, he stopped. Kind of stuck to the surface though. Oh, no, it's still fucked up because it's over here for some reason. I don't know. Fuck it. Whatever. Alright, we'll comment it back out. So it's still fuck busted. Alright, moving back down here. So our point...
Stepturus.
Yeah, so...
You have a spike point, right?
Yeah. It's going to be the difference between our center point here and the spike point that hit us on the side.
So that's the impact point?
Yeah, this is the impact point.
Well, so what we need now is the actual roll point itself.
Let's see. And this... Because this here, when it hits on the floor, well, ceiling in this case, we take the point that hit on the ceiling minus our center point. So here we're taking the point that hit on the side minus our side.
Draw this one out. Draw out the fourth version.
Yeah. So...
Then we'll see how that calculates with.
Yeah, so our center point, let's say, is here, and the floor's hit point is here. So you take the difference between these two.
Yeah, but your collider is still up in the air, but actually on the spike.
Yes, you are right. You are right. Before it hits, you're right. The collider is
Also,
still...
spike a little bit more to the right, so
So our center point is here, its center point is here, and there is that difference in the middle to contend with. But you're right, it is point from... Yeah, it's a point from here, the impact point, to our center point, so we have that distance
so
between
what he's saying, precision at the beginning of micro step is actually precision points, right?
Right, it's the center point right now, so this yellow here in the drawing. It's a little lopsided, but...
We're not using that this time.
So it's the impact point difference between there. So that's correct.
No, for this, but for wall, we're not using it.
For the wall, yeah, it would be the same thing. Because you're hitting here, and you need to know what your difference from here is.
Yeah, so we're doing the offset between the impact point
Right.
and the force point.
Yes. So our actual center point and the impact point from actually hitting it. Or what would be when we were going to hit it.
Gotta compare that?
That gets added to the line ref.
At that point, it's compared with the actual roll point surface.
Yeah, so the line ref...
Two-step process. But this is coding.
Here's where it is. So we plus the Mach 4 offset on the world points. You're right. And that gets us our line.
There is a double offset.
Where?
From the center point, the impact point, and the impact point, the roll point.
Well, it just keeps us, when we're on the line, it just keeps us that far away from it. It's the same way that the ceiling works. When we bump our head in the ceiling, we're walking the ceiling line, we'll say we're walking it here, but our actual center point is down here, so the offset is like, yeah, you're actually down here. So it's an offset from the surface of what you're walking on.
But that offset, the ray origin offset, is a different offset than the Mach 4 offset.
No, that's what it is. The Mach 4 offset. It's the distance between where you hit and where your bottom center point is. It's always the same formula. It's the same thing every time. That's how our floor walking works too. Same thing. That's where I got it from.
Yeah, when you're floor walking, your bottom center point is one that's actually the one doing the walking.
It always is. Every time. No matter if you're ceiling, ground, or whatever. And that's why the offset is important. That's why it has to be an offset from the point of touching to your bottom center.
Yeah, but right now what you wrote here is your offset from where your reverse ray detected you, but not the correction yet towards the actual roll point.
I'm not sure I understand.
In other words, you'd be drawing your service lines a few millimeters to the left of your actual point.
It's a relative offset though. So this offset here is applied here.
Yeah.
Once you touch it.
What is the distance there?
It's... What do you mean?
Where do we calculate the offset between the hit and the actual?
Oh, that's just your momentum takes you up to that point when you complete your micro step. You just move to it because this is as far as you can move. Then you attach to it, and then your offset takes place.
Where in the code is the offset made?
Where is the offset happening?
Yeah, to the actual roll point. Or it's automatic?
It's kind of automatic. It's built into the line ref that you're using, but it gets applied. Hold on. Do the walk here. So it gets added to your move towards. So whatever your point is, you move towards it plus the offset.
But you're only making that line ref after you corrected the distance?
The line ref gets created with the correction already built in. Because you add the correction here to the world points plus the offset on both sides. So B plus offset, A plus offset. So the line ref, in this case, really ends up being here. Because you've got the correction here. So you're really walking this line with your center point.
Well, I don't think it's looking good though.
What's that?
It should look too distant to the bottom. Put down.
Okay, well, alright. If you want to get really specific and picky about it, it's really this. Yeah. Because it's from here to here, then it becomes here to here. That's where it comes into play. And then you're moving toward this point. Even though you're technically supposed to be moving toward this point from near here, but when you offset it, you're really moving toward this point.
So what we need to declare though, verticality is built into the system.
Well, it's a line ref. It's already, the system already handles all that.
It should work out of the box.
It should, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It should just work. I don't know if we need the reverse to points on here. We might have to on only certain facing areas, but I guess we'll find out in a minute. And then the last part of that is the alignment offset. I think. Oh, wait. The Mach 4 offset is actually, I misinterpreted that. It's actually the distance here. And it's actually to say Mach wall offset in this one. It's actually dealing with how big is the platform that we're making. It's actually not the offset, so that's my mistake. So this is actually wrong, I think. This is actually wrong. This should be like half of your width or something. What's that? I'll be honest, I can't hear you over the music. Hold on. Okay, I turned the music down on my end. Go ahead. Oh,
really hard.
Hold on. For some reason, you're attached to the music volume on my side. Hold on. I'm trying to... Okay, there we go. Now say it again. There we go.
Your internet's breaking.
My internet's breaking.
So is Ember using the net?
My equipment does not agree with you.
No, I mean Discord.
Yeah, my equipment does not agree with you. My upload is not being maxed out.
Oh, you were breaking.
Discord server problem, I guess. I don't know. Try changing the room again.
Yes.
Change it?
Yeah, I changed it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see. 4.b plus floor offset.
Yeah, so I think floor offset is actually supposed to be the size of the floor. It's not actually making... I don't know. Is that right? Because here, this alignment offset...
The size of the floor is always the size of the box itself, so there's no problem.
Yeah, the alignment offset is actually what causes this to happen here. That's what the alignment offset's for. But I may have mistaken this. This floor offset is supposed to create the width of this floor here. But this would create something dynamically.
We're looking at the floor version, right?
I think. Oh wait, hold on. This gets us the point where the floor is created. I'm sorry, this gets us the point where the floor is created. This actually gives us this point here. Gives us this point to create it on.
Yeah, I think what the first one is doing is tackles the horizontal difference, and the second part, vertical difference on the floor version.
No, this tackles the whole difference, but what it's doing, I think, is like what you were saying, the gap. It's making sure that you find this point here, not this point up here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So that's right. You're right.
One is
You're right.
one is the other.
Yeah, this finds this so that you can adjust it to this point and not up here, because the ray hits up here. You need to find the point where the ray came from. So,
is that correct?
I think so. Because this is the point that it came... Yeah, because this is the point that it came from, minus where you currently are. So that snaps you down to it. This difference snaps you down to it. So that makes sense. That's
where the hit was made? Versus your position?
No, this is the point that it was fired from. Minus your current... Yeah.
Yeah, so if you look at the floor, the wall version now,
and
we think this.
It's basically bringing these points down here by the amount of difference between here, so it makes sense. Yeah, it's basically moving this line down to here.
It's still happening on the wall.
Yes, but I don't know if it should.
Probably should.
Probably, because you're gonna want to take the side, well, yeah, you're gonna want to take the side here and move it to here. However, you're not moving it based on this down here, I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't think that that's right. So we have to take perhaps the middle here and move it this way.
Wherever an impact was made.
Yeah, so the middle on the impact. Okay. So we
Look
wanna
at growth
know-
point compared to impact. Because they're always above each other,
Yeah.
or next to each other.
Well, the easy way to do this, maybe not the most efficient way, but the easy way would be to.
Just set ray hit there. Instead of position at the beginning of micro step, just the ray hit there.
No. You can't use the ray hit because the ray hit could be anywhere up here, down here, whatever. You need the middle between these 2 points. You need the center to then get affixed to over here. Because remember the way that it slides off, it has to be half our height up here, half our height down here. It cannot be lopsided.
Yeah, you're
Or
right.
you won't. Yeah. So what I'm basically just gonna do is vector 2s.
But that middle needs to be put on the actual point. That's just it.
This is quick and dirty, but we'll just do a work between point A and point B. And whoop, that fucked up. Sometimes visuals do relax. That's why we have on. And then you just do 0.5. So
But you need that middle point in the previous line already.
What's that?
You need that middle point to replace position at the beginning of micro step by the previous line.
Up here. Yeah. Okay.
To flip the lines around.
Yeah. Right. So this has to. And then that.
Also, you
gives
may
us our
want you may want to comment the floor version better.
Oh. This finds the. Wait. This difference aligns the found line ref to the spike point.
Yeah.
Okay, that's alright. Alright. Now, we've got our offset. We apply it down here when we create our new line ref and walk on. Well,
So what's the next
walk.
section do?
This one here?
The minimum distance surface.
This one?
Yeah.
This is our alignment, so we do have to change this. This is not accurate by any means.
Yeah.
This is, I think, what we had up here, to be honest. Because we need to do. We need to do an alignment between middle point and this. So this will have to be vector 2
The other section looks pretty fine.
point at what was it? Beginning. Position at beginning of microstep minus the middle point. We'll verify that that's the correct one.
Yeah. That's what I meant. We needed two offsets.
It's minus. Yeah, no, I knew that. Yeah, I knew that. And that's that middle point on our. Actually, no, wait. We have to do this based on the collision impact point, don't we? I think we had to just based on the impact point, because the impact point could have happened up here, or down here, or down here, and that's the difference that we need to do in order to maintain our.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Okay, so the impact point. See, this is minimum distance spike. But that's where the point. That's where it came from. We don't want that. We want.
Reverse rate.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember how to get that. Also, you got quiet again. I don't know if it's my equipment or yours. Yeah. I'll bump you up on my end again. Probably the audio equipment just outright failing again. Oh yeah, you are so low. You're not even coming through on the stream. I think.
Oh well.
Yeah, you're talking, but the meter's not even going up. Did you change anything on your end?
Nope.
Yeah. All right.
Same as every other week.
All right. Let me try to adjust it. Okay. So something now.
Nothing now.
Again.
Something else.
I've got you completely fucking maxed, and that's as good as I can get it.
Yeah, enjoy talking to yourself.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do. That's as maxed as it gets. I don't know if it's the iPad, or not the iPad, the fucking iPhone. What a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
It really is. Well, I can turn you up.
Actually,
There, I turned you up a little bit.
I can hear myself on the stream. It's pretty soft, but it's there.
Yeah, well, that's because I turned it up. Alright, I don't know. I increased the volume to compensate on the iPhone a little bit, and that seemed to help a little. Plus, also completely maxing you in the software.
I can try one thing.
So I don't know.
How's this?
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's all better.
anyway, code.
Yeah. So, I believe that this is going to have to be the point of collision for that reverse ray, but I can't remember exactly how to get that information here.
Well, the middle points should be replaced, not the position of a
No, I
game
know.
step.
I know that. I
The
just
cursor as well.
I want to find the information that we saved about the impact. I'm not 100% sure where that's taking place. Okay, minimum distance spike is spike points. The minimum distance from the player is that we don't save the impact.
Yeah, let's just start saving it.
We should.
Actually, you should probably have a debug it.
So, ray hit 2D minimum distance impact. No, actually, I don't think it can be null. Is this a script? Yeah, then we'll just leave it as a point reference. So, minimum distance impact is going to get set down here. Shit. Visual Studio, man. I'm like, oh yeah, autocomplete. Hit enter. Just goes to the next fucking one. Can't do this shit. Okay. Now we should have this impact point information. And we will do dot point down here.
Also, please put some more comments on the regular floor version. What each paragraph means.
On the regular force, create for surface. That one's almost right. It's just
At the spike point, right?
yeah.
So that we don't have any confusion when we start making the ceiling versions.
Offset. This is floor.
That's nice.
This has to be vector 2, probably is why it's 1. No? Why is it 1? Oh, that's right. It thinks it's unassigned. If we don't assign it to something, so if it somehow doesn't get written to, which by the time it gets down there, it would have logically been written to, but the compiler is not happy with that. And it's like, well, maybe you could get there and not have this thing initialized, and so it's all fucking unhappy. Hopefully this will shut it the fuck up, and we can move on to the next step. Okay, looks like she's happy. think it's already a 2D point. Yes. So we're at 2D. That should be alright.
So you basically just fed a blank ray gun state by doing that.
Essentially. Yeah, just to shut it up. And then it will, at this point, have already gotten over it, because you can't get in here without having some kind of result. So this always would have been set to something by the time you get
I
down
get it.
here. Yeah. But it doesn't necessarily know that, so it gets unhappy, and I understand that. Because, like, well, maybe you're running with something that's null. You don't know. I'm like, yeah, I do know, but, you know. Is what it is. Well, it didn't break when I jumped next to it, but let's see. Let's see about here. Gotta slow it down.
Yeah, wall testing is gonna be difficult.
Yeah. No, went right fucking through it, but. Oh.
You just ignored it.
You know what? There's two components to this. Remember, there's two halves to this equation. The other half is down below. Oh, we also don't have a move result. Did I just erase it? We do need a move result. But possibly
I think you skipped it.
Yeah. Wall intersection, continue, surface type. Maybe that's why it didn't work. Who fucking knows? I don't.
It's all in your code.
We don't know. We just hope and pray.
The impact is something at least.
That was at least part of a problem. Alright, hang on, you can run way down. Boop. Well, he stopped at least. Not supposed to. Supposed to continue.
Just the rays are redirected outward.
Yeah, because gravity's pulling him down harder and harder.
Yeah, see what happens when he's fully down?
Oh, it'll. Oh, apparently. Ha! Oh, that looked cool. If I let go, it goes down. It's funny because he's accumulating gravity in the meantime.
Yeah, so. Why would that work?
Oh, he just went right through there, but that might have been caught before.
You probably cut the ceiling.
Not really sure. So,
Do we have the debug available for this thing?
probably not. Probably not. I think these are all temporarily stored values. Yeah, so let's see, there's some debug shit down here. What is this?
I mean, how would we debug before?
Okay, so we do have some stuff. It is the microstep thing. So let me add more things to it. Let's see, we've already got the spike and the distance, but we don't have the line ref. Let's see. Distance spike, rate distance. So those two are taken care of. We don't have distance. So we're going to want essentially this.
I think a middle point debug might be cool though.
Having
The middle point visualized.
a middle.
Yeah, wherever the impact was.
The middle point of the impact?
The variable middle point offset. So wherever that impact was, might be nice to see in the debug.
This value right here, this offset, we can see this.
Yeah, I mean just visualizing it as a circle.
Maybe? I don't know. I guess fucking circles.
They all have meaning.
They do. It's just getting really cluttered. Okay, so these would turn into each.
When you first built them all, then you can take them out.
This and this. So just copy this. Find out where this is. And put 'em. So this is public surface line ref EX. And this one is a public ray hit 2D, which actually we can't see that. We can't even debug see it. I mean, it's there now, so fuck it. I mean, we'll keep it, but we can't. Unity does not let you analyze the structure, so we're kind of shit out of luck on that one. But I thought I made. Oh, here it is. I was gonna say I thought I made a structure for that, and yes, I did. So go to references. This is equal new. Yeah, there we go. I remember getting pissed off at that. I'm like, fuck you, I'm just gonna make a copy of what you are, and then we're gonna look inside you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Alright. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't.
My money's on Wog.
Well, I was gonna say, actually, it won't work, but we'll at least get to see what it shows. Actually, you know what? Instead of having to jump down all the time.
Yeah, it seems like the spiky charge is the bad one.
Yeah, let's just.
And yeah, you should be able to stand next to that thing and just. You should be able to stand next to it and just jump. Funny how you're using the internal rotation for that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, if I angle it high enough, it might work. Yeah, so then hold left, jump, step. Theoretically.
If it works, it should work.
Yeah, it should work. Yeah, he got caught on it just like the other way, just the reverse. So that's it's a good test, I think. So let's see. Debug data set. Oh, well, we're running through all of our bits here. Maybe we're not walking. Maybe we're not doing the walk. Moving higher, moving lower.
I would like to see debug circles for the actual line ref being made, huh?
We're not attaching the line ref. So this minimum distance surface, where does this get attached? I think we're missing a whole part. Yep, down here. So right here, the spike ray intersection we do not actually attach to the thing.
Oh.
So
We never did that.
yeah, that would be great. I knew we were missing a step. And that was it. Okay. Okay, start praying. Oh, no, it's still not. We gotta. Oh, well, that was weird. I think we're reversed here. I'm gonna slow this down.
For the right side?
Yeah, so try the right side. I think it's just reversed where we've got. Yeah, see, he's going upwards instead of downward. It did kind of work though. It's just the wrong direction.
Could you visualize the points though? We've debugged everything so far. Why not that one?
Visualize what?
The vertical line ref being made.
It should be
Automatically.
drawing. Should be drawing.
Let's see.
I don't either. It's drawing this one for some reason.
Does that seem to be better?
It does, but it should be drawing the other one.
But you're saying it's automatically do it.
Kind of worked.
Hard to say.
he went a little too high. See, he went all the way.
Once you walk to the edge, you see it automatically make a line.
He walked to the edge of the line, though. But it's hard to tell without seeing the line ref being drawn, but like it's drawing these for some reason. But it's not drawing the other one. It should be automatic, because if you go here, you see it. And here it is. Being drawn right here. And that's at the edge. There's no difference between that and the side one. So I don't know why it's not drawing the other one.
Here's one thing I want you to do. Take a triangle.
Oh, I know why it's not drawing. Because at the end of all this shit, it detaches from the wall to find the wall again. It'll only draw it if it was attached after the cycles have ended. That's why it doesn't draw it. I don't know if there's a quick fix for that.
So it's specifically a wall problem.
Yeah, specifically, because you can't stick to the wall. So it won't draw it, because at the end of the frame it's already been detached, and the debug codes only draw what you're attached to, and well, you're not attached to it anymore, so it won't do that.
Man, it looks like we're overshooting it.
A little bit, yeah. It's hard to tell without actually drawing it, though, so we probably will have to make some kind of delay.
Well, just try falling next to it very slowly.
Slowly.
Then you just lower the fall speed and see if at what point you can clip to the right. Just put the thing in the sky.
Well, I actually have an idea about drawing the last thing that we were attached to. So if we do automatically detach from it, we'll save a debug copy so we can draw it and see what it looks like first before we start making adjustments.
Alrighty.
So I think that.
I saw a title stream.
Oh, math hell.
Like what part of this is math?
Mark and Tim are stuck in math HFIL. If anybody gets that reference, the math home for infinite losers.
You should make that a file type or good.
HFIL. We'll do
some
it.
acronym for some program.
Yeah. I swear to God, probably someone's already done it. They have to have. But DBZ aired when? Like 96 here? No. Probably about 2000.
The .hifl extension.
Yeah, no shit. Let's see. Let's go to. Let's copy this. And. Where? Oh, let's get rid of this shit. In case we need to stop here. I know there's some keyboard shortcut to get rid of all the breakpoints, but I don't know. Okay, so draw gizmos. Where is the line ref that we draw? Attached line ref is valid. Okay, so we're gonna do surface line ref. Is this an EX? Draw line ref. So if attached line ref, then draw line ref equals attached, else if we're gonna make a debug here. So private debug last attached line ref. And we draw line ref equals that. And so if one exists, it will automatically take that one, and if it doesn't, it'll try to take that one. And then if they're, by the time it gets down here, they're both invalid, well, then they're both invalid, and it wouldn't matter anyway, so. It's gonna bitch about having a unassigned fucking value. You know what? Fuck it. You go up here. Then we'll do, if not this and that, then do that. So we've assigned it to this automatically. If this happens to be null, which is what this means, if this ends up being null, then we'll try to attach that to it. And then if it's still null, then we just don't do a fucking thing with it, because we don't do anything with it. So there's another fucking lines of code here for all this stuff, whatever it is. It's all okay. Okay, so where this is going to get filled in is going to be where the automatic attachment happens. So, I'll attach surface. Yeah. Unity editor. So this will have to happen before that one. And reattach. So if it gets attached, it'll end up in that bin. So hopefully that works. I was happy with that.
Cross your fingers.
Yeah, cross your fingers. Here we go. Boop. Yeah, there it goes. We drew it. You can see it from here to here. It looks accurate, so let's see. I don't know. The neat part about this is that it will actually stay to be examined after the fact too. So yeah, I'm not sure really what to make of these results.
It's probably because of the way the corners work isn't by any middle center point, but you're not walking with the middle center point per se.
We are currently still walking. I don't know.
Don't we need to correct it for whenever this hit moves, or?
Like we are actually walking up here.
Yeah.
That is legitimately happening. I'm just not sure.
When exactly is he able to go right? The visuals here.
It's not here. It's here. He gets all the way up to here, and then he decides that he's no longer impeded, and then that's it. He's out of it. It's kind of a strange
Precision. It's like
Yeah.
halfway across the line.
Like you would expect. Let's see. Would the next one look? Yeah.
My question to you.
Yeah.
Is if you change the impact location to be exactly at the top of his ladder, or more in the middle, if you change the impact point to different locations, will he clear the line sooner?
Maybe.
Test that.
I mean, yeah. If you
I
fuck
think that
with
might
the
be good.
data, sure. I mean. But
No. Just where the collider is, compared to Ricky, before he hits it. So, basically, is that release point affected by where the impact was made?
No,
I think I might know what's going on.
it's not. But here's what I think the problem is. Let me think for a second.
If you're testing this for the stationary collider.
Yeah, so I think the problem here is that this needs to come down by half. Because really what's going on here is forward, I guess. So I'm gonna use I'll use 3 different colors to make this more. It's not perfect, but you get the idea. So when your character is completely in line with it, this is the point. You're running this along the side, right? But when your character gets up farther, you want it to get like here and then let him release, right? I think it's drawing it too big is the problem. And that's the out of time noise. So we've only got a few minutes. I don't think we can resolve this in the time we have left. But I think what might be going on is that this line is just too fucking big. So his center point has to get up to here before it can move on. And I think he's just going way too high to go on. So if I can get him here.
Yeah, he's trying to get a center point up there instead of
No, I don't think
actual
he's
middle.
doing that.
Right.
I think it's just generating a box that might be too big. So we've got to cut these down. I think. I don't know. This is complicated. It's pissing me off. So he should basically be stopping here, but he's not for some reason. Look at this though. Look how far down this is.
What I'm concerned
Oh yeah,
about
yeah.
is
Okay,
where
so his offset's wrong. That's what's going on here. His offset's wrong. His offset's like way down below. Yeah, that makes sense. You see, then the offset gets here, and only then does it release when the offset's all the way even here. So that makes sense. It's actually working as intended. It's just the offset's off. So.
Okay. I don't know what's causing that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not really sure. Something about the offset math is just foo bars, so let's take a look quick. So we got a couple minutes. Okay, here's our wall stuff. So our offset, we're using the impact point. This might seem, I guess. Or do we want? I don't know. Maybe we want to use the middle point. Fuck it. That and the middle point. Fuck it. We'll do it live. I don't know. Oh, maybe that was it. Actually, it worked a lot better. I mean, he got caught on something, but yeah, that's it. And then he came off of it at the right spot. But he got stuck on the foot somehow. But we did fix the offset.
I would imagine at this point your corner actually sees it as a wall.
I think so. And we can kind of check that too here. Well, he's getting super fucked on it, but he should be able to tell us.
This is part of the same exclusion code we got on the floor.
Spike ray wall intersection. None continue. Spike ray wall intersection. So it's continually finding the wall and slapping him to the wall over and over and over.
Well, they can turn a code off that actually stops you.
Maybe that stops him.
The original code. It's still in there.
Original code.
The original code for wall stopping.
That's
Spike
only
walls.
on the floor. That's only when you're on the floor. Stop. If you're walking on the floor or ceiling, it'll stop you. But here, you don't want it to stop you. You want to keep jumping across it.
Yeah.
The problem is when you come out of it, it's still detecting that spike because you're right there.
And the corner isn't seeing it first?
The corner ray apparently is not seeing it first.
So we might need just to make an exclusion for the spike itself.
Yeah, the corner is just running probably not even seeing it. It could be like so precision that the floating point error is like the spike hits it, but the corner is just like, nope, I don't see anything. Because it's literally right at that intersection. Like, you keep zooming in.
We need to like
look at the
temporary filter it.
Maybe?
We've seen it once, and then we can kind of start filtering for it.
I don't know. Don't know if that's the right answer or not. Yeah, I don't have to think about it. I mean, it's an answer, but we started getting
what we do for the floor.
We started getting in trouble with those, so I don't know.
I'm saying it's what we do for the floor.
But that's on a transition. This is not a transition.
Well, if you have a flat floor, for example, walk to the edge. We're still excluding the corners there.
No, we're not, actually. It's just happened to work out, but there actually are glitches because we're not excluding anything currently. There are parts that you do get stuck on, but yeah, we'll have to tackle that a different day. So, alright, I guess we'll just wrap up at this point.
Yeah, my other question right now is what's causing the could you code a quick direction reversal for the left side? Swap the row points around for the other side?
Oh, you just want to see what this looks like?
No, I mean code. Could you copy a code and just swaps the row points here?
I don't know how to tell directionality in that regard, so yeah, there's no quick solution there. We're out of time already. The song is getting about to get looped, so we're double out of time. So you can feel free to monkey with it after, but I have to go. I have to sleep or I will die. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. We'll have more math hell hopefully next time. So I
wasn't any mad in this one.
Yeah. It's like we're so close, but now the devil's in the details and it's killing us. But we're getting there. We're getting there bit by bit. So
slowly.
Got the super awesome patrons to read out. Got Miguel Tabasco, Zombie Killer, Mike Cruz, Taryn Williams, Corporal Chungus, Bryce Nagalingam, got that right, I think, and AJ. So, special thanks to you guys who keep things running. We got prototype builds up there, we got code samples, we got all that stuff at the Patreon, so check that down below. It helps keep the stream alive, helps keep me alive a little bit. It helps, and I'm very thankful, so thank all of our top patrons for that. And I need sleep because I'm dying. It's been a fucking hell week, I'm telling you. So it's gonna be really nice to just be able to sleep and rest on the weekend a little bit and not be sick, because I'm sick. I feel better today, but I'm still sick and it sucks. So I don't know, just jamming. So what's up, Tim? What kind of shill things do you got to talk about? Scrub out. You're just like, fuck it, we're out of here. Fuck it, it's gone on too long. Yeah, you're right. So you can catch me on Twitter at MarkDWiz. You can catch the Discord link down below, or if you're in the chat, I'll type it there. Scrubbot's got you covered. And then you can come check us out all day, every day, and yell at us. And say our awful hot takes live in action in general chat. And that's great. So, speaking of that, the Smash reveal. Everybody's all, oh yeah, it's gonna be Dante, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. It's so hype, and it's like, it's another Fire Emblem character. Okay, and like all the hype died. It was so funny. Like 10 minutes after people figured out it was a it was a Fire Emblem character. That was it. Like the internet just shut off. It was just like it didn't happen. Nobody was even talking about it. It was so funny. It's like the hype just fucking just annihilated. It just blinked out of existence. I feel bad. Hey, it's good for Fire Emblem fans though, so fuck it, whatever. I got Terry. I can't. No complaints. I got Terry, and I'm pretty sure there's not a single announcement that could have happened, reasonably that could have happened, that would have made me more hyped than Terry. So I'm like, fuck it. I got what I wanted. You guys can have what you wanted. I got no skin in this game.
Why are you saying Hat Ken weird?
Hat Ken. Amber said, "Why are you saying Hat Ken weird?" Yeah. So I don't know. I guess that's.
I'm thinking what could have been more exciting.
What could have been?
What could have been an exciting review for you, Terry?
I'll be honest. Sora would probably do it. That'd probably get me really fucking hyped. Dante would be all right. And this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I would actually like to see Waluigi in. I really would. I think he would be a very unique character because they bring in all the sports games and the kart games and shit, and they would give him a moveset based on that. That's where he came from. So he'd have like a soccer ball. He'd have some kind of Mario Party bullshit. He'd probably have like some items. What if he had an item box from Mario Kart? What if he had an item box? Like he pulls one out and he can like smash it against the ground and get an item. Or if like you get it, you can get an item. And you get a random item out of it. Maybe he gets a blue shell randomly, and it fucks things up because they're in the game already. You just make him generate it, so he just has a randomized item square from Mario Kart. Wouldn't that be cool?
He's just gonna fuck up Final Destination that way.
Yeah, that's fine.
No items.
That's fine. Doesn't matter. Look, if Peach got items, Waluigi can have random items because fuck you, he's Waluigi, right?
I think most of your hype answers here are basically based on a third-party company getting more slots in, which is not going to happen ever.
Well, Capcom's already got 3 of them. It's got Ken,
Yeah.
Ryu, Mega Man. Now Konami's got 3, two Belmonts and Snake.
So can we promote Zero to an actual player now?
Yeah, really. I doubt that would happen. I'll be honest, they probably would put Dante or Phoenix Wright or somebody, or Monster Hunter character in over Zero. Not only because Zero turned into an assist trophy, so he's kind of already off the list, but just because those are other franchise representations of Capcom games that are big on Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Like Devil May Cry
Or, you know,
on Switch.
Production? So we've got to promote the new game, Production?
Oh, they put a costume of him in, so he's not good.
Ah.
Yeah. So.
And that's got rules of most of everything.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I don't know. Well, whatever.
And from the Nintendo side, what do we even have?
Waluigi, they could pull a lot of legacy shit out still. Secondary characters.
Yeah, but from big names? Like the Pokemon, maybe, but...
Well, that's what I was saying in chat. They've got enough Pokemon to go for fucking ever. They got like 800 some fucking Pokemon. Make another Pokemon trainer. Pick 3 good Pokemon. Make the rival. Make him the rival trainer. So you've got the normal trainer, you got the rival trainer. The rival trainers got like, I don't know, Gen 2 starters instead of Gen 1 starters. Or something. Anything. Just put a Pokemon trainer in another one. Give him 3 new Pokemon and go. You could make 20 fucking characters out of that and still have a good combination of stuff to do with. I don't like. I don't think any of the starters from the other gens are in there at all. Like, period. Just make a Gen 2 Pokemon trainer or a Gen 3, Gen 4, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just put the starters in. Yeah. Well, like Chet says, it'd have to be a gym leader instead. Better variety. Yeah, I was saying that also in chat. You got gym leaders. You got Elite 4 members of each of the gens. Like, what do you... Put Lance in! He's got dragon Pokemon. The Lance the Dragon Master. Everybody knows who fucking Lance is. He showed up in a few games. Put him in. You get a Dragonite. You get all this crazy bullshit. I don't know. It just... I don't know how it hasn't already happened. Like, they added him in Brawl, right? I think. Did they have Pokemon Trainer in Brawl?
Pokemon Trainers in Brawl.
Yeah. How have they not had another Pokemon Trainer? Like, it's great. Because one of the problems with Pokemon is there's so many goddamn Pokemon that you're like, oh, we can make one character out of one Pokemon. Fine, alright, sure. Oh yeah, who's Lance? All about Nessa now. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, like, you have so many fucking Pokemon that are like, oh, we're gonna make one character as one Pokemon. Okay, that's fine. You got 800 of them. Like, just start doing them like the Pokemon Trainer. Just make more Pokemon Trainers, and then you can put 3 or 4 in there. Or I guess it's 3. You get 3 because you get Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charizard, right? So you get 3 Pokemon for every character. Just do it. Fucking just do it.
My question is, do they have a Shantae costume yet, or a Sis trophy?
No, they do have a spirit though.
It's fucked up. Cuphead's in.
I know. It's a spirit. But
well,
Shovel Knight.
This misrepresentation.
Shovel Knight's got an assist trophy, and a couple of the other knights got spirits.
Like, why Cuphead before Shantae? Messed up.
Oh, you mean even as a costume?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Well, Shovel Knight don't have a costume.
Uh-huh.
But you see, the other thing is that she attacks with her hair, though, right? So there's no equivalent of the Mii fighters that attack with hair.
Give her an assist trophy. She's like a GBC.
Yeah, you could argue that. Did music just die? Oh, no.
She's literally the last game on Game Boy Color ever released.
Oh, yeah. But, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Anyway... Now we're going down the fucking rabbit hole. Tim was like, I'm out too. No, I'm in. Fuck that. We're talking about Smash. I'm fucking in. But I can do that to go to bed.
No, Mark.
Yeah?
We're playing Melting now. Right now.
No, I don't have time. Also, your mic got like really loud all of a sudden.
Yeah, sorry. It was funny.
No, I don't think it's you. I think it's my shit. It's all fucked up. I
just thought it was funny.
Yeah, no, it is. I would love to play Melty, but I have to go to work and kill myself. So that was a joke. I didn't mean it as a suicide thing. I meant it as like I'm gonna die at work because I'm overworking. All right, don't take it seriously. Because I know the fucking internet is gonna go fucking nuts about that. That was a slip of the tongue.
So
I didn't mean to say
you're telling everybody that the best way to commit the Dimensional is to go to work every day.
Yeah, eventually it'll probably destroy you. I mean, I work. Well, I got the day job. I got this project. I got Pocket Fighter, and I also did Star Chaser shit. So, you could say that I'm not being paid for 2 out of the 4, but it really is like having 4 jobs. So I'm literally killing myself with work. It's awful. Don't do what I do. Don't do it. Just don't. Yeah, more coffee. I do have the coffee. I didn't finish all my coffee today. I don't know if you can hear it rattling in my Game Boy mug. Amber got me a Game Boy mug. So it's in there. But I'm not drinking it. Because it'll keep me up all night. Yeah, so I kinda work like 4 jobs and it's awful. Don't do that. Don't do what I do. I would like to go back to this game dev all the time, but, you know.
There are later Game Boy Color games in Shantae.
Really? I thought it was the last.
One day later, Resident Evil Gaiden.
Really? Oh my god, Zombie just gave that to us. It's right here. It's right on my desk.
And Hamtaro, Hems Unites.
Oh my god.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Dragon Ball Z, Legend of Super Warriors.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Or Dragon Ball Z.
On GB.
Dragon Ball Z is the last one.
Really? What was the subtitle?
Legendary Super Warriors?
Legendary Super
At least according to Wikipedia.
I think I know which one that is. Smash it. Smash it! No, we're not gonna smash Resident Evil Gaiden, we gotta play it. We gotta play it. Zombie gave it to us. He sent it to us. We have to play it. I'm actually kind of curious. It doesn't look that bad.
Oh, we gotta play Mega Man 10.
We do have to finish it. Wait, 10? You mean 11?
Yes. 11, sorry.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
Sorry,
10's
I
not
thought there were
bad.
one game.
Yeah, we do have to.
You gotta play 10 too.
We do have to finish 11. I've already played 10. It's fine. It's alright.
Yeah, 11, you're right.
Fuck. Alright. Oh, yeah. So, schedule. What the hell are we doing? Later. Oh, it's already Thursday. Jesus, I thought it was Monday. I'm so disoriented. This whole week's been fucking ridiculous. Bad shit's been happening since like Monday, and it's been ridiculous. So Sunday, I don't know. If I feel alright, maybe I'll stream something. I think I'm gonna kind of relax and try not to get full blown fucking sick this weekend. So I'll probably be chilling. So I don't know. If I feel alright, then we'll do something Sunday. If I don't feel alright, then I don't know. Then Cruz can stream. I don't know. Cruz or AJ or Tim. You know what, Tim? You can finish Mega Man 11 for me. How about that?
No.
Just stay healthy. I know. I'm trying.
You could actually play the game. You're just gonna drop down the difficulty level.
I am not dropping down difficulty level. Fuck that.
So much pride.
I will sit there and I will be angry the whole time, rather than
So
drop that thing down.
Why are you so proud?
Because it's normal mode.
No.
Yes,
It's original's back.
I don't care if they change the word on the title screen. It still says normal when I read it. So that's the one I'm gonna do. There's no reason for me to play anything less than normal. I've been playing Mega Man games since I was fucking 2.
Okay, it's just in. In 2 weeks from now, Mark plays Dark Souls.
No. I'm not playing no fucking Dark Souls. Okay, it's not that I don't want to. It's that I just don't have time.
You gotta be like,
I really don't.
it's the only difficulty.
I really don't have time. I wish I had more time to play games. I don't have time to fucking take a shit, let alone anything else. I swear to God.
Start
I'm
mobile
working
game.
like 4 jobs here. Got 3 projects and a day job, and it's killing me. I don't got time to shit. I really don't. I gotta start bringing the laptop in with me, and just.
That's why you do it at work, Mark.
I can't work at the other. I can't work on projects while I'm at work. They'd fight.
Yeah, listen to Larry. Listen to Larry.
Dark Souls for 5th job. I wish. Look, for Christmas, Amber got me Samurai Showdown, which I still have to fucking open. The fact that I haven't even done that yet is sacrilege. And then she got me Kingdom Hearts 3, which I'll never be able to fucking play because I can't get any time to play anything.
Mark, you're gonna have to get a copy of Sekiro. And then we're just bitching at you to lower the difficulty level because you're not good at the game, and then you have to mod it.
Then I have to mod it so that I'm.
And then you have to make a journalistic article about it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Like, I'm going into game journalism. That's gonna be my 6th job. And I'm gonna bitch about all the fucking games that I can't play. Oh, this is an article about how I don't have any fucking time to start Kingdom Hearts 3 because I got 4 jobs and 5 now because I'm writing this goddamn article. Can you fucking imagine?
You gotta complain about the difficulty.
I'm gonna play.
It's too difficult.
This game is too difficult to start because I don't have any time anymore.
It's too difficult for people with little time.
Yeah. There you go. It's too difficult.
Nowadays,
if I have to die in the game, I can't finish it. I don't have time to finish it. I don't have time to retry levels.
Yeah. Exactly.
What am I gonna do there?
You're a grown adult. You're a grown man with 5 jobs.
Yeah, I'm a grown man with 5 jobs. Fuck it.
To support your family. And your kids were actually dogs, cats.
Yeah, no human babies. Those are gross. So we got little kitties and we got a dog. So, you know.
So if you really want to play a From Software game, you put the freaking mods on. You're invincible. You steamroll it.
Look, this is an open letter to From Software. Too much. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. It's hilarious though. I'm not reading that.
Imagine From Software that they should make the games easier so everybody can spend the least amount of time on them. Right?
Oh, yeah. See, look, I know it's too difficult. I can't die. If I have to die, then I'm spending too much time on it, and I can't finish it. I need. What is it? Oh, this is what the people keep bitching about. They want cinematic mode where you don't actually play the game.
Mm-hmm.
That you just get the cutscenes. It's just story mode, literally story mode without any gameplay.
I think that's why Jedi Fallen Order did it.
Did they really?
There is a cinematic mode, yeah. Which basically means your parry timing is absolutely perfect all the time.
Oh, so you still have to play it, but you can't die, or?
You gotta really try, I guess.
But you actually have
to really try.
You actually have to walk through the levels, though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still die, but it's like.
I think people
gotta
want
try,
just,
man.
Like, the story with all the combat and shit cut out or something.
Well, then you play Metroid Other M.
I haven't played that one.
But I think it's actually a post-game unlock, but yeah.
But I was thinking, like, if you're gonna do that, why don't you just watch a fucking Let's Play? Why would you buy the game?
That's why they even have Let's Plays.
Yeah, like, if you don't want to play the game, go watch a Let's Play.
Yeah, but to legally watch the Let's Play, you gotta buy a copy of the game.
Fuck that. If I ever make a game and release it, and anybody makes a Let's Play, okay, I've made games before, but let's face it, nobody's made a Let's Play of them. But if someone, you know what? Fuck it. If someone right now, because we got Hamsterdam's out. It may no longer be available, but it's out there in the wild, and you can find it if you're really looking for it. And you make a Let's Play of that and put it on YouTube. I don't give a fuck. The hell do I care? It's free promotion. People will be like, "Oh, that looks cool. That game looks cool. Maybe I'll buy it." Or they won't, and they probably weren't gonna buy it anyway if they're not gonna buy it after they see it. So fuck it. Who cares? I don't know. These companies get too much bent out of shape about this fucking Let's Play shit. I mean, it's kind of blown over, right? I mean, we don't see too much of them going after Let's Players anymore.
I mean, it's annoying for story-based games.
It is, but man, if you don't make the gameplay interesting, you kind of did it to yourself. Like, I'm sorry, it's a game.
Yeah, but
if it's not
certain games, like Telltale stuff, it's like the story is the game. Visual novels?
Yeah, they're essentially visual novels. That one's it's different. Mine now, it's free real estate. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. Go make a Let's Play or fucking.
I think part of that experience is your own decision making. And routes.
So if the Let's Player's not taking the routes that you would want to take, then yeah, that's your incentive to go play it. But I don't know, if you don't make a game that's interesting to play or that like watching it would not want you to buy it if you were going, like if you were an actual customer, an actual potential player of the game, and you see it and you don't want to buy it, then there's something wrong with the game. Like, you know what I mean? If you're looking at that
novels,
saying like there's no difference between me watching it and me buying it, then there's a problem. Now visual novels, yeah, you do get a little choice in there, but they kind of fall in this weird gray area though, because they're not.
I can't stand watching visual novels on Let's Plays.
Yeah, they're.
You know why? Because people's pace is always wrong.
Oh, that's true too. Because if you want to read it, unless they're reading it out loud, then you can follow it at their pace.
Yeah, when it's like either too slow, you know.
It's like
or
an audio
or the lightning clicking the text away. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and that's why I always read the text if I'm doing RPG on stream, because you can't. you can't follow along at the same pace. I don't know when you're done reading, so when do I know when to click the button? So I have to read it to make sure you know you heard it before I can go on to the next one. Let's say you have to watch people who play for lore and immersion. Yeah, so that like if they're like into it, like that's part of the experience too.
You pretty have people that run Dark Souls or story. And they will actually go show you all the little tidbits in every part of the world as you're walking across it.
That's cool. That's
like here, we start at the end of the asylum. If you look to the right now, you see this enemy pass by, and he's actually some prisoner out here, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, see, the visual novel thing. I just wanted to go back to that because that's where the gray area really exists, in my opinion. Because you have, like, okay, you've got RPGs and stuff, and it's like, yeah, but you can still play the game, so there's an incentive to buy the game. But, like, visual novels, it's almost like you're how do I want to put this? I don't want to say that they're not games, but they're really towing that line between book and game. You know what I mean? It's just a digital book with pictures. It's really close to just being that. So you're watching.
With choices.
There are choices, but some have less than others, and some of them mean more than others. So like with Fate, you get 3 major routes, right? So like there's a bunch of decisions in between, but as long as you get to the route that you want to see, kind of sort of doesn't matter. You get that little leeway in there, and I think that the people watching it would be like, as long as we get to the route that I want to see, I don't give a shit what the choices are. You know what I mean?
But then you look at the actual freaking flowchart, as I can say.
It is big. It is big. But the person watching it doesn't really care about that, I think. They just want to get to the route that they want to get to. So it's kind of like, read book 1 and then read book 2. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's not...
But a person playing it, you know?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But the person watching it, though, because I'm thinking from the perspective of the person watching it, to the point where they would say, "Oh, I want to buy that and experience it myself." The visual novels are really tough to do that with. You know, unless there's.
I mean, Fate is insane. Fate is actually insane with all the pods and dead ends, and YouTube will never do justice. But
right, but I think the majority of the people that would go out and watch the Let's Play don't really care so much about all the dead ends too. So I mean, you get absolutely there is something there to experience if you buy it, but I don't think it's quite as much as say like a Final Fantasy or I don't know, like Bravely Default 2's coming out. The amount of people that would actually want to buy that instead of just watching it being played, I think is substantial.
But Telltale are getting screwed over it as well. This whole
they're kind of in that weird gray area too. Although they've got more actiony stuff, so like their second season Batman like had like interactive battle scenes where you decide, oh, I want to throw this guy over the fucking counter, or do I want to smash him in the head with a plate, or do I want to do something else with him?
Yeah, but that ultimately doesn't really matter in the viewing.
It doesn't, but that feeling of being part of the scene in a more action-oriented manner like that, I think helps someone be like, oh yeah, I want to do that. I want to buy it and actually do that. It's interactivity. Exactly. Yeah. Where but it's like... the interactivity in a visual novel is just like, all right, we choose we have a decision to make like once every half hour. Like kind of big whoop, you know?
Yeah, but the game's very long.
It is. But it's just a choose your own adventure book, basically. There's no quick time events. There's not really a game there. It's just a story would eventually you choose a path here and there.
That's oversimplifying it, yeah.
But really, like, you don't have to keep stats. You don't have to worry about health points. You just got to worry about selecting the right route and just not die.
You got to worry about your romance harem points.
Yeah, it's not active play like Chat says. Not active play. It's more passive play. It's the romance points. Okay, we won't get into that. All right. They've been trying to distance themselves from that part of it.
They're in there.
But yeah, you see what I mean though? Like it's so close to just being a passive experience that there's just nothing there to really grab you and say, I want to buy that. Other than to either A, to read it at your own pace because you're tired of the way the Let's Player is doing it. But that's on you. That's not like the game making you want to buy it. That's just the person showing the game making you want to buy it because you're just frustrated.
Adding, Mark, that you have to learn visual novels. Because if you do not treat your Cthulhu girlfriend nicely, you're gonna get mauled very, very badly. Somewhere down the road.
There's also that.
Keep that lesson in mind.
But
You have a long life.
like I said, I'm not gonna say that visual novels aren't games. I know there's that whole thing. Oh, walking simulator's not a game. Blah blah blah. It's an interactive experience. If you want to boil it down to that, and instead of using the word game, you can say interactive experience, and that's fine.
It's kind of how I felt with Hellblade, though.
Really close to not being interactive, and that's where they really start to fall apart.
I remember feeling this way with Hellblade, where it's like, yeah, you can combat, and it's actually a game now.
Right.
And then there's no combat, and now you're just walking around trying to find stuff. Like,
but it's still interactive. If you're trying to find something, then now it's a hide and seek game.
But then it's like, I can't find this shit. Okay, to the guy, like, this is really quicker if you just watch the game. On YouTube, you know? It's like...
Yeah.
But part, I think, of...
Go ahead.
Part of though is this the technical aspect of it all, the immersion that comes with actually playing the controller.
Yeah, because you're actually
in a game like Hellblade, you feel
them.
in the moment. You feel the one actually being chased, hunted down, or that.
Yeah. Where if you're reading about it, it's kind of that third person. You're just I wouldn't even say third person. It's just you have to use your imagination for one because most of the visuals aren't there.
But even just watching on YouTube, you don't get that thrill of being the one that makes the decisions.
Oh, well, if that's what you mean, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
and
why
hearing the audio in 360 around you.
Well, yeah, if you got the right equipment.
That feeling of being in the moment. You're the one in charge. You're the one getting screwed over.
Right.
If you fuck up.
Right.
That's really missing on the Let's Plays.
Then that's why I don't usually watch Let's Plays. I'll watch a Let's Play, I'll skim through one enough to figure out, do I like this game, yes or no? Or will I like this game, potentially? And then, Zen is making the argument for horror games. Play Soma.
Yeah, horror games too much, so.
But yeah, I'll watch one enough to figure out, do I want to play this game or not? And if I don't want to play this game, I usually just turn it off. At that point, I just don't care. And if I want to play the game, I'll go out and get the game. Because for me, it's an easy way to, instead of like reading a review or whatever, I can just look at it and say, hey, that looks fun, I'm going to go play it. Or, hey, that's not what I thought it was, I'll pass. So, yeah, I think that's what most people do. They're just like, if they're not going to watch the whole thing, usually I think people will watch it if they like the person doing it, number one, but also, like, if they've already played it and they want to see someone else run it. That's the only time I ever watch full playthroughs.
Or look something for walkthrough sake.
Yeah, or if you, just to be like, oh, I don't know how to get this item, where's this item? I've done that before. But most of the time I watch
how to fight a certain boss.
Like, games I've already played. Like speedruns. Same thing. Speedruns playthrough. I watch a speedrun because it's cool. I can't do that. I want to see someone else play it better than me, or in a different way than me, or in an interesting way.
So sometimes it's just like you missed a scene in the story, you can skip something.
Yeah, that's true.
You're
too. I have done that. I've had to go back to it one time.
Or you're lost, you know what to do.
Or when you're just pissed off and you just want to end it, and you don't care anymore. And I'm so close to doing this to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Or not Birth by Sleep, I'm sorry, Birth by Sleep was good. Dreamcraft is
I'm still reminded of Hollow Knight's Godmaster DLC.
Yeah, or if it's too hard to continue, there you go, just fucking YouTube it.
Yeah, things like that, but then you've already paid the price of admission.
Or if you're working, Chet says, or if you're working on a project that's related and you need quick research. Yeah, I do that all the time, actually. Be like,
But
oh, hey,
usually
they
it becomes
did
a
this
reference
mechanic,
resource.
Let's go look at it.
That's it. It usually becomes more of a reference resource than
Mhm.
a replacement.
Yeah, exactly. And while that last one is particularly niche to us because we're developers, you know, all the other ones are still substantial. It's what everybody else usually does them for. Very few people actually watch. Oh, very few people that I know, and this is anecdotal. But very few people I know will watch a Let's Play and then not want to get the game after. You know what I mean? Like, usually you're like, oh, that's cool. I want to go play that now. Like, even Amber, she'll watch the whole thing and still go out and buy it. She'll be like, oh, I watched the whole thing already. But, like, she's weird. She don't care about spoilers or anything. So she'll go out and, like, read the entire synopsis of a movie. And then be like, oh, cool, I want to see that movie now. Well, she'll do that with games. She'll watch a whole fucking playthrough of a game she's never played. And she'll be like, I want to buy that game now. I'm like, okay.
Sophie and I recently went through East 6, Arc of Neversteam. And I decided, Sophie, you're going to play it first, and I'll be right behind you. You're playing the section. And it's like, playing it is still different, you know, even though I recognized everything from her playthrough.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
There's still that interactivity element, like, oh, this is how I would do the boss.
Yeah, I don't know if other people have had this experience before. Like, basically mirroring that, like, my friend would come over and we'd just play a game and I'd just watch him beat it. And then maybe it's my game. Maybe we got the game and he was the first one to play it and he stayed overnight and he beat it. And then he goes home and then the next day I'm playing it and then I beat it. Like, who cares?
Happens all the time.
Yeah. I did that with Dave in New York. I did it all the time. He'd just come over or we'd just swap out. He'd play like for a few hours and then I'd pick it up and play for a few hours, and then he'd play for a few hours, and just go back and forth.
Your weird Star Tropics methods?
What's that?
Your Star Tropics methods?
Yeah, essentially. That's a little more difficult because it's like, oh, I haven't played the tutorial, and then in 3 hours in, you're handing me the controller, and I just gotta figure it out. And it usually works out alright, you know, in the end, but you gotta get used to it quick. Because, well, they're there too. You've watched them play, and they can also tell you, hey, at that moment, this is what I did, and then so you can learn from that. So that's fine too. Pick up tips and strats. You can do that with a Let's Play. There's no reason to go after Let's Players, I guess is the bottom line. There's no reason.
That's what I did with E6. I saw Sophie play. I'm like, yeah, I see you do that. You're stumbling here. You're struggling. So I will do this and this. Let me show you.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. You learn from each other.
To try to stop Let's Playing is like trying to stop two friends watching each other play a game back and forth, and that's just wrong. That's the bottom line.
In a much wider scope, though.
Would you go break into someone's fucking house and be like, you can't watch him play that game, fuck you, buy your own copy?
That reminds me of those old video copy warnings.
Yeah, there's that too. And that's a little different, you know, because it's again, it's non-interactive media, so it's like,
you wouldn't copy a car.
Don't copy that floppy. Fuck that. If I could download and 3D print a car, I'd do it. Fuck that. Are you kidding me? Hell yes, I would copy a car. I wouldn't copy a car. You wouldn't copy a car? Fuck yeah, I would. Although the copy implies that the original person still has their car, of course. It's not like I'm stealing the car. I'm just copying it. It's fine. Fuck that. 3D print my car and I'm out of here. Drive away.
But that's the thing right now. In this digital day and age, you can copy everything.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Like, video game companies are in a super good position. They don't have to really make new things. It's just you make one thing and you get infinite copies.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How do you think PC distribution allowed indies to do all this shit? We don't have to buy discs and print them. Fuck that. We just upload it in Steam and it copies and it's forever. It's an infinite supply.
So, they may say that costs have gone up for making games, but distributing, no.
Yeah, I'd say the distribution has gone down substantially. Like, if you do a physical release, you still have to contend with that. Sure. But if you don't do a physical release, you do digital release, you have unlimited supply. You have no shipping, you have no manufacturer costs, nothing. It's just there. You pay Steam 30% or whatever to distribute it, but you know what? Guess how much you'd be paying for physical copies? A lot more than that. So everybody's like, oh, Steam's so high, it's 30%, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, try to ship a physical game. We'll see how cheap that is. And you come back and tell me that Steam's not a good deal.
Prior to the digital day and age, you could never make infinite copies of something.
Yeah.
Without cost.
Yeah, you would still have the cost of the disc or the cart or whatever.
The only people paying for the cost are the electricity bill.
Yeah, essentially.
The people have.
Essentially, yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, Steam takes their 30% or whatever, but that's stuff. Keep the servers, keep the lights on, keep the downloads going, the patches flowing.
But that's only 30% for paid units.
Yeah, per paid unit.
Sold units.
Yeah, so you don't
not
have to.
for
you don't have to
this thing lying on the store shelf.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't have to prepay, and then Walmart's not stuck with Mighty Number 9 sitting on the shelf still since the last time I went. Poor Mighty Number 9.
Never mind the gacha mechanics, which are really milking this.
Yeah, there's that too.
That's infinite chance.
Yeah, that's infinite revenue in fucking these gacha games, which are deplorable. Absolutely, but yeah, I mean, just to objectively talk about them, yeah, it's infinite distribution with infinite revenue. It's sickening almost. Oh, like, it's so easy to do that shit. Just put it out there. Boom, you're done. Anyway,
here they have to make stuff, but yeah, infinite distribution.
Those poor executives at EA, they can't afford their golden parachutes with game prices so low. Oh, they've got the golden parachutes. Don't make any mistake about that. They've already got the parachute primed and ready before they even fucking got there. It's just they're completely safe from anything ever happening. And they know it. That's why they shit all over the industry. They don't give a fuck. Whenever things go downhill, if they ever do, they'll be like, fuck it, I'm out of here. I made my money. Who gives a shit?
Speaking of EA though, the Star Wars game is actually good, the latest one.
So I heard, yeah. Was it? What's the studio? Respawn?
Jedi Fallen Order is actually good.
Yeah, who made it?
Really love it. They're still publishing it, but it's actually quite good, and no gacha shit, so... It's like it's the least EA thing EA ever.
I'll be honest, they probably didn't expect it to do good, and they just kind of, fuck it, whatever. Just finish it up and throw it out there. We're tired of getting money to it. And it did great.
See what Larry's saying?
I'll switch windows. The beginning is good, tapers off hard later in the game. Yeah.
But these are measures we use for regular games. The fact that it's a regular game and not a freaking infinite money grind gacha game is amazing.
Right, it's not a live service, essentially.
Yeah.
It's an actual thing. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what caused them to decide to greenlight it, but it could have been Spider-Man did so well. And then God of War in the same year also did super well. So they're like, fine, we'll give you one. Fuck it, here you go.
Well, and the Battlefront backlash, I guess.
Yeah, well, there is that too. But if what Larry is saying is true, that the beginning's good, but it tapers off hard later in the game, could have been EA's like, all right, fine, here's some money, and then they're like, well, we really need some more money to finish it off, and they're like, you're not getting it. Finish it up and shove it out the fucking door.
Death Crunch.
Yeah. They probably just hit that wall, and that was it.
Time's up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Time's up, money's out.
Yeah. Because EA's like, look, we're only going to get so much out of this. This is not going to be a Call of modern fucking duty whatever thing where we can just microtransaction it into the next fucking decade.
And they actually made a pseudo Metroidvania out of it.
Really?
Pseudo. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's closer to the Souls type map, but it's halfway there.
Yeah, that's alright though.
Interconnected map and everything. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, as long as they do it Souls like that's kind of just the minimum that you really need to have that interactivity or interconnectivity.
It's like, in this day and age, from that publisher, it's like, huh?
I'll be
So
honest,
possible.
it's a fluke. It was a fluke. There's no doubt about it. There's no way that they would have, like if they had like multiple projects on the table, they would have never greenlighted them all. They were probably just like, fuck it, fine, you can have one, here you go. We're not going to expect anything out of it, but here you go. So you'll shut the fuck up and stop bugging us. And I guarantee that's what that was. And then all of a sudden it does well, and they're like, oh, well, alright, fine, you can have a sequel. and just, we'll run it into the ground until it's done again.
You can have a sequel with premium currency, with surprise mechanics, and so on and so on.
Yes. Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Surprise mechanics. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what EA calls. Gotcha, shit, I forgot. Surprise mechanics. Fuck them, man. Fuck them. Larry says, more like Soulsborne. Map quality isn't strong after the beginning. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, but Soulsborne is a pseudo Metroidvania map.
Right. Yeah.
Just lacking the upgrade system. That's
yeah.
it.
Alright. We're so long in the tooth here.
Yeah.
I definitely have
surprise mechanic, Mark. But remember, they make money.
Surprise mechanic. I would rather go bankrupt and keep my honor and dignity than to have surprise mechanic.
You can't do this as an indie dev. You need to be a big time developer with established IPs.
Oh.
Because only then you have the staying power for people to actually spend in your gacha.
Right. That's, like what Konami does with all their fucking IPs and throws it into the pachinko. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mean, you can make a new mobile game and have a gacha.
You can make one from scratch and have a gacha, but unless that game is really up there.
Yeah, like Clash of Clans
and all the others
is not an established IP.
Well, Epic 7 did it, but yeah.
Yeah, same thing. But it's very rare for that to catch on. It's really that's kind of a luck-based thing. You catch on or you don't, and it's just kind of up to the market.
It's fighting against industry giants, Dragon Ball, Fate.
Yeah.
Or it's some weird Japanese niche thing like cute girls on the ships.
Just milk the whales, chat says. Just milk the whales. I know, that's how they do it. Again, watch Jim Sterling's video on it if you haven't already, about all the microtransactions and the whale milking and all that shit. Like, it lays all of it out. It's disgusting. It's sickening. What they...
Especially if you turned Hamster Drop into a gacha and had 100 player characters you could pull from.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fuck that.
You still wouldn't have the audience.
No, probably not. Well, I don't know. The art really... People are really attracted to the art, so maybe if you did do something like that, it might actually catch on. But I don't want to do that to people. I don't want to milk the whales.
At the same time, yeah, you can have games where it's zero gameplay. All you do is click the screen.
Right, pretty much. That's what it would have to be. All your assets and resources would just go into just making the gacha characters.
And you've heard of clicker games, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say gameplay is completely secondary at that point. Yeah, I played Clicker. I know what Clicker games are. So that one's a good one.
You should let's play it.
Let's play the Clicker.
And then people actually argue there's more gameplay you're missing out on by not clicking yourself.
It's true. There's a strategy to it. There is a strategy component, and actually clicking it is a part of the strategy too in the early game.
So a game you only have to click in. You can't let's play because you can click yourself.
I mean, you could let's play. It'd be kind of boring though. It's more fun when you click yourself. Autoplay mode for Hamster Drop only $10.99. Fuck that. Oh, you gonna make me fucking throw up in my mouth?
We'd have to actually make the AI, no?
There's gonna be no cinematic mode in Hamster Drop. You beat the game on your own fucking time with your own skill. Don't give me that shit. No whining. Don't ask me for shit. You
pay $10.99 for the autoplay mode.
Yeah.
You watch the autoplay the game. Autoplay is the whole game. Then you get to the final stage. It's like, we should play the real game. Start over. That's how we did it back in our day.
Autoplay mode would just open the browser to YouTube once you paid the fee. There you go.
Back in the old day, you wouldn't see the ending.
Yeah, that's true.
You'd be like, fuck it. Burn easy mode.
Yeah, that's true. They would
No
just
ending
send
for
you
you.
back. You'd have to do it on normal. Yeah, that happens. Well, X8 does that. There's 3 different endings. Easy mode stops you once you beat Sigma. No, it stops you before that. Like, you beat Sigma's first form and it just stops.
Yeah.
I think.
You get a foot and a boom ending.
Yeah, and then in normal mode, like, Lumine shows up and... No, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Lumine stomps on his head and that's it in easy mode. Then you can actually fight him in normal mode, but then in hard mode, like, Sigma's got 2 different stages, and then Lumine's got the final Paradise Lost phase of the battle, and then you get the actual ending. Or something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
You literally only see Lumine's foot and then credits roll.
Right. That was easy mode.
Yeah, that would happen. Play 1099, and they get to the ending. Oh, starting over. The
Whoops.
outrage.
Pay $10.99 more and we'll give you normal mode ending.
Yeah, and then gonna give discounts. Play $1.99 for the actual ending.
Yeah, there you go. You only pay half for the actual ending. You can buy it in a bundle.
Yep.
It's the don't have to play shit bundle.
Indie pulled something weird like this.
Do it
with,
for me bundle.
Indie pulled something weird like this with Dragon. So you gotta play all characters. And they were like, pay for the whole game again.
Yeah,
So
I was
you
gonna
get
say.
It's like, what you want, Indie? I get your logic, but just hold up.
It is a lot to ask. And we were talking about that for the Mansion game too. Like, how do you want to do that if you got multiple characters? Do you have to play the game 3 fucking times or 2 times or however many characters there are? Like, to get everything? Like, man, that's a lot to ask of someone. Especially if they don't want to have more time than just one playthrough. Especially if the game doesn't change very radically between them. Like, sure, you have another character with different abilities, but it doesn't mean that the map changes. It doesn't mean that the bosses
Not
change.
like Spec of Torment or King of Cards.
Right, where they're literally whole new games. Like, that gives you a reason to play those. Oh yeah, people do make time for the games they love, absolutely, but, you know, if you're going through the same thing 3 times with minimal changes, it's kind of like, I don't know, at some point you're
don't
like,
tell me you didn't play through Battle.net 4 like 6 times in a row.
I played through it twice, but that's
See
only
my
because I played through it twice. Once when it came out, and I played through it again, like, 6 years later. When I went.
Yeah, but that game will actually demand you to play it 6 times in a row to get everything.
And I didn't do that. I played it once, and I said, "Fuck that."
I went through it.
Why? Why do you do that to yourself? I forget what changed.
There's nothing called fast forward.
I forget what changed between them, but I do remember something changing. You went to different places, right?
The tournaments, bracket changed.
That's right.
And you get informs.
Right. Yeah, I just did it once and said fuck it. Then
I've seen the bug tie event like 6 times.
Yeah, I don't play games like that.
And then they were like, but you gotta play the other version too.
No. Oh, that's right. They did the Pokemon shit, where you had the 2 versions. No, I didn't do that. I don't think I ever bought
so many playthroughs.
I don't think I bought 2 versions of any of those games.
And they were different.
Oh, they were, but I didn't give a shit because I wasn't gonna replay it for that minute amount of difference.
And then Capcom was like, "Oh, you want to play Battle.net 1 again? Buy the Shooting Star version."
Yeah, of course that never came out.
One
here.
small change.
Yeah, that never came out here.
And then you wonder why it bombed.
Yeah,
They wondered.
We're gonna have an EXE collection coming. I guarantee it. There's too many things going on in that space. They gave him a costume in Smash. We just had the Zero collection. We're gonna have a Battle Network Online mobile game coming out within the next year. I'm telling you, within a year or two, we're gonna have an EXE collection. The time's right. It's perfect. They're banging out all the collections. I swear to God, EXE is next. It has to be.
Are we getting X9?
Probably. They're working on it. Like, they haven't really said that they're working on it, but they're working on it. They're like, oh, we're working on something Mega Man, and we wanted to do an X Series game, but we're not really saying that we're doing an X Series game. They're doing an X Series game. You know that. They're working on it right now. They just
Still haven't seen the announcements. It's kind of annoying.
The reason that they don't, I think, is because they're not far along enough. Because games take a long time to make. You know, from the moment that they start it, there's like a year and a half before they'll announce it. But they've been planning it and they've been working on it far in advance. So that's
Not sure if that's going to redeem them though.
What do you mean?
You know, the incident. Dash tree.
Oh, Legends Train. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's that. Hey, maybe they'll come out with a Legends collection that fixes the controls.
Maybe.
Hey, they did for PSP. They just didn't bring it here. So there is that. But it was to be
They'll
honest,
have
for
to fix
those
the
games.
controls.
Yeah, I was saying, for those games to be accepted now, they basically have to be remade. It's just not. It's not gonna go.
They'll have to change the control scheme somehow.
And if
Which
they're
it
gonna
might
go
not be
that
built for.
far, I doubt that they have the source codes. They probably literally have to like port it either by.
They'll have to figure out some sort of dual analog system for that game.
Right, which means they probably have to remake it. I doubt that they have the source code, unless they want to like reverse engineer port it. That's fucking insane. So,
I even button mapping on PC for putting a disc in PC. I don't think you can pull it off.
PC version. Yeah, they
No, I
probably
mean,
have
just-
to emulate something with the mouse or something to get that kind of movement, and it's just not going to be right. It just won't work.
Like,
right.
one of the companies that does emulation for old games has done this with certain games with weird control schemes, where they faked a certain control, where they faked button pressing being like
I remember
replacing
that.
entire
What-
motions.
what
Yeah,
game was
Sure.
that? Do you remember?
stuff like that. No,
I know I've heard this story. I can't remember what it was though. But I remember
and you would
that.
have to do something like that for Legends.
Yeah, you'd have to, but it probably
A
wouldn't
really
work
advanced trick.
that great. I don't know, man. It's possible. You might be able to do it, but it would be complicated.
Some sort of overlay layer on top of the emulation to make it work. And that means putting a lot of money to make that work.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and they're not going to put money into it because it didn't do well. Unless there's a mega amount of hype behind it, and they could farm it out to someone for cheap, but still expect a good quality.
The only way Legends Collection will make hype is if they put the prototype in.
That would get me to buy it.
Yeah.
That would get me to buy it. They put the Legends 3 prototype version that they've made and never bothered to release. Yeah, that would make me buy it. Absolutely.
One of those Nintendo Star Fox 2 kind of deals.
Yeah, exactly.
They'd be like, it's not really a full thing, but this is what it was supposed to be. Yeah.
People would buy it just for that. They really would, just to get their hands on it. They'd pay the full fucking price just to get their hands on it.
That would happen.
Alright, getting my hopes up. I'm getting out of here. It's like though, I really do. I have to like.
It's never gonna happen.
I have to like go right to bed now. Yeah, Amber's yelling at me now. So, alright, we're wrapping up right here. I don't know.
What was that?
She's like gonna come in there with a fucking tire iron because I love you. So yeah, pack it up. Chat says pack it up. So let's get the hell out of here. All right, I did all my after
Scrub
shit,
it
so
out.
I'm just just scrub out. Just get the fuck out of here.
Scrub
I'll
it out.
see you guys Monday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and maybe Sunday if I feel up to it. So that's pretty much. Oh God, here she comes. Oh, that's it. All right, we'll get the fuck out of here. Bye. Scrub out. Ah! Don't hit me. Love you. All right, we're out of here. Scrub out.
Scrub us.